I just spent the last 3 years perfecting the ultimate zombie apocalypse in Minecraft, using nothing but command blocks. And today, I'm taking it to the next level. I'll be turning this creation into an epic add-on packed with new features, tons of improvements, and much more. But before I do that, let's take a look at how we actually got here. After making the third version of my zombie apocalypse system, I started to realize that just using command blocks does have its limits. So I decided to dive into the world of add-ons. After around 3 months of learning and a whole lot of tutorials, I decided to test my skills by converting my zombie apocalypse into a full-fledged add-on, complete with custom zombies, sounds, and a lot more. So, with the plan in place, it was time to start Operation Apocalypse Overhaul. I kicked things off by diving into a brand new bridge project and got to work right away. My first task? Converting as much of the original system as possible. Starting with the mobs, I disabled the spawning of every common mob, like creepers, skeletons, and spiders. Even though I didn't add anything new, this simple change gave off that zombie apocalypse vibe right from the start. Now, I actually also disabled the spawning of vanilla zombies, but we'll get to that in a bit. Next up, the zombies. Instead of relying on commands like in the original system, I decided to introduce an entirely new mob with its own AI and model. This change not only cuts down on lag from constantly running commands, but it also opens up the door for full customization of the mob. I can change everything, its health, size, and even its textures. This is where things start to get really interesting. Once I had a base zombie to work with, adding the special zombies was as simple as Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V. Seriously, I just duplicated the zombie a few times, tweaked some stats, and voila, we have special zombies. It was that easy. Hopefully everything else I add to this add-on will be just as simple to implement as that was. So, with most of the original zombie stuff added in, the last thing that was missing was the Horde system. Now, I didn't mention it before, but spawn wheels already have a setting that easily allows for the spawning of hordes, and it's called Minecraft Horde. Yeah, so I'm assuming this is supposed to be for animals, but it works so well, it would actually be stupid to code my own horde spawning system. Like, honestly, it would be like reinventing the wheel. Anyone with common sense. Anyways, with that done, it was time to start moving on to some other features, starting with... So, remember when I said things would be easy? Yeah, that didn't last very long. In my vanilla system, the blood moon was activated via a daylight sensor. But now, since I'm using an add-on, I'm stuck with commands. And to make things more fun, there's no way to actually detect the time via commands in Bedrock Edition. So I did what any programming nerd would do and came up with a very poorly designed solution. Now, I don't want to bore you with all the details, so here's a simple explanation of my idea. Basically, all entities in Minecraft are configured through something called components. These can change anything from the health, movement behaviors, and much more. But the component that matters to us is the environment sensor. The environment sensor can do a lot of stuff. It can detect mobs and blocks, check when the player is in a certain biome, but most importantly, we can use it to get the time of day. With this knowledge, I added 2 functions in the player entity. One for the end of the day and one for the start. Both are connected to events which run the logic for starting and ending a blood moon. Now, since I modified the player, this add-on is unfortunately no longer compatible with other add-ons. Using this add-on with others that also modify the player will end up with one taking priority over the rest, which is probably going to break any other add-ons you use this with. So, is it the best solution? Not really. Is it a bit like using duct tape to fix a broken window? Absolutely. But hey, until I find something better, this is the best I've got. With the zombies, hordes, and the blood moon added, the last thing I had left to add was the gen system. Now, doing this was actually surprisingly easy, and I was able to just reuse the commands from the original system, albeit with some minor changes. Within no time, I had a fully working gen system, and I even went as far as adding buffs all the way through to day 100. By default, each level consists of 5 in-game days, but this can be modified using this command on screen. Just make sure you don't set it to 0 because that'll definitely break things. Now that the original system had been recreated, the last thing on my list was to add custom sounds. Over the next few hours, I searched the internet for tons of different sounds to make the zombies feel truly alive. Each zombie type has their own set of sounds, giving the zombies much more variation than their vanilla counterparts. I also added sounds for the start and end of the blood moon, along with one when the zombie gen increases. And with that, we are done. After countless hours of work, headaches, and a few duct tape solutions, the ultimate zombie apocalypse add-on is finally here. We've got custom zombies, horde systems, a fully working blood moon, and even some custom sounds to bring it all together. I can't wait for you to try it out and see how long you can survive in this enhanced zombie apocalypse. Download the add-on, jump into a world, and let the chaos begin. So, with that being said, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.